Alright, now before I get into today's discussion, I've got some news! Woo! Yay. So the Arab character that I talked about a while ago has gotten positive feedback, so that's a thing. But another thing. So, there was a fan on Twitter by the name of Mashudes, who asked Mr. Harada if there would be any Tekken references in the new Smash Brothers since Harada and Sakurai follow each other. Now, it is possible they could be, just buddies, and that's why they follow each other, but as a huge fan of both Tekken and Smash Brothers, I mean, you have to admit you're at least the slightest bit curious as to what these two have planned, if they have anything planned at all. I mean, in a screenshot of Smash Brothers, one of the Mii fighters was wearing an outfit that looked very similar to Paul Phoenix's. I know it just says fighter uniform, but come on, this is Sakurai we're talking about. But you know that Mashudes guy, he's pretty cool. You should totally subscribe to him. He's totally not some other account that I have. Totally not. Yeah. Anyways, on to the discussion. The announcements and news may have been longer than the actual discussion because this time's actually going to be pretty short because there's not really much to talk about. Because I've already talked about the endings in my story discussion, but we're going to talk about them again anyways, kind of. Oh well. Let's just get started and stop delaying. First, let's talk about the prologues. In my opinion, the prologues as the Tekken games have gotten worse and worse. I mean, I loved them in Tekken 4. They were so cool. They had the dark ambient music. They had the really nice looking artwork and the cool narrator. Tekken 5 was okay too. I mean, the artwork was still fantastic. But the announcer was sort of dull and the music wasn't very memorable like Tekken 4. So yeah. And Tekken 6, good grief. The artwork was nice, but they only had like 2 pieces of artwork for each character, 1 or 2. It was kind of underwhelming. I don't even remember the music, and they didn't even have a narrator. They just had text bubbles at the bottom. It was just not good. So what I think Tekken 7 needs to do, it needs to have super dark ambient music, a really threatening, cool narrator, and awesome artwork. Lots of artwork. Oh, I love the artwork so much. So yeah, that's my opinion on the prologues. See, told you this wouldn't take long. Now let's go on to the epilogues, the endings. Like I said, I think since all the character stories are sort of coming to a close, I think all of the endings should be canon to each of those characters. Except for Kazuya, Heihachi, Jin, and June, or June, if she's actually playable. Because I think they should have a scenario campaign where the whole Mishima saga, the Mishimas resolve everything, everything's fixed, or everything just ends. I hope everything goes well. I mean, I know Tekken has a really dark story, but I just really hope for a happy ending. Or else I'm going to be very unsatisfied and sad. Poor Mishimas, you're so screwed up. But yeah, that was... oh, another thing. I was about to end it right there, but then something just popped in my head. There have been a lot of complaints about how most of the characters have like 30-second endings, and they seem kind of lazy and cheap. Tekken 5, in my opinion, had the laziest of the endings. Like, Jin Kazama's ending was canon. How long was that? What, 30 seconds? I don't think there was a single ending in Tekken 5 that was over a minute long. I don't know what they're complaining about. Tekken 6's endings were longer, kind of. But Tekken Tag Tournament 2, those went on for like full minutes. I was actually surprised at how long the endings were. I figured they would be shorter since there's so many characters they need to cover, but no. It was really surprising, so I think they should take the route that Tekken Tag Tournament 2 did and have nice long endings. I know it would be a lot of work, but the game's not coming out until late 2015, so they have plenty of time. Harada's a genius, I know he can do it. But yeah, that was this week's discussion. Told you it was going to be quick. So join us next time when we talk about the music. One of the best parts of Tekken. Oh yeah.